I don't think they were targeted. I just think that it was a harsh sentence for them. I don't know if it was a mistake by the magistrate, but all I'm asking is for some leniency, some mercy.
That was Alana Taylor in an interview with Nightly News on Tuesday, making a public plea to the relevant authorities for the release of her husband's Haitian relatives who were recently imprisoned for illegal entry into Guyana. Taylor alleged that on March 13, the incarcerated Haitians, whose names were given as Wilbert Freeman and Janita Jean, illegally entered Guyana through the Brazilian border where they were apprehended. A court trial on March 15 resulted in the couple being ordered to pay a fine of 30,000 Guyana dollars each and sentenced to 12 months imprisonment. However, Taylor is contending that while she is aware that their entry was illegal, she is of the belief that they should not have been imprisoned but rather deported. Taylor claims that at the time the Haitians were arrested, Cuban migrants were also apprehended. However, she alleged that they were not dealt with in the same manner.
There were Cubans that were held on that same entry. They were fined a lesser charge and they were deported. They have committed the same offense as these Asians who came from Chile. That's where they have their residence, in Chile. Why weren't they dealt with the same way?
Taylor claims that while Freeman is trying his best to handle the situation in prison, the same cannot be said for Jean, who has reportedly since attempted suicide whilst in custody.
She attempted at times to suicide herself, and she was looked upon and taken care of properly by the officers there to ensure that that does not happen. She wasn't eating, and before she was sent off to the Berbice prison, she was in the hospital. She's hypertensive, and she had a surgery done some months ago, and she's very ill.
According to Taylor, if she was aware that her relatives had plans to enter the country illegally, she would have advised them against it. Nonetheless, she expressed a strong belief that the Haitians were dealt with in an unjust manner.
I think it was an injustice. I mean, it was harsh. They're two, not young, but elderly folks. They don't mean any harm to this country. The condition in the country from where they came, they're only seeking a life, a better life.
Over the years, the number of migrants entering Guyana's shores has increased drastically as a result of persons seeking greener pastures. In December 2020, 26 Haitians were being held by the government of Guyana at the Hugo Chavez Rehabilitation and Reintegration Center. The foreign nationals, 10 men, 9 women, and 7 children, had arrived in Guyana on November 7 and were reportedly granted a 6-month stay. However, the Haitians allegedly gave incorrect information to immigration officers about where they would be staying while in the country, and days after they were found at the city hotel and in a minibus on the Linden-Maburum Road, which constituted a violation of their stay. Chief Justice Roxanne George had halted the deportation of the Haitians who had opted to leave the protective custody of the center to an address of their choice. Photos and videos of the Haitian migrants standing on the street corner brought heavy criticism to the government, who maintained that they were not ill-treating the Haitians. Reporting for the AGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.